Okay, hey Taylor, this is Adam Libman, and I want to say thank you very much for replying to my email. I really appreciate it. And your question was, okay, so I might be going to this Demi Lovato concert in Sacramento. Hey, Sacramento, that's like the meth capital of the world. All right. Sorry, you're probably not, probably too young for that. Don't do meth, by the way. Meth is very bad. Very, very bad. Don't do meth. Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs unless they're prescribed by a doctor. All right. And I really want to meet Demi Lovato. Okay, so that's one question. How do I get backstage, and how do I get really good cheap tickets? I want floor tickets. Please help. Okay. For the backstage passes, I'm going to be sending you a free copy of my ebook, so please feel free to read it. It'll give you much more detailed instructions, so I'm not going to talk too much about that question. You want to get cheap tickets, but you want floor tickets. Okay. Usually, you cannot be a boy and a girl. Okay, you cannot be a boy and a girl. So usually, when you say you want cheap floor tickets, normally it doesn't exist. Now, there are certain cases in which you can get cheap floor tickets. And so I'm going to answer that question for you right now. So basically, think about all these people who own tickets. And at the very last second, some of these they can't use them. So the day of the show, usually they'll sell them to a ticket broker, or they'll consign the concert tickets to a ticket broker at the last second. Now, how do you know that tickets are going to be consigned at the last minute? Well, what you can do is go to ticketsnow.com, go to the concert, and what I mean by this is do this the day of, probably like 4 or 5 hours before the show starts. And what you're going to do is just see what's available, because those tickets typically that are still on the open market usually don't get sold. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Depends on the quantity. Now what you'll do is go to the actual venue, and usually concerts, now she's a Disney girl, so maybe, but I'd imagine that her show probably starts between 8:30 and 9:30. So what you'll do is you'll actually hang out outside of the venue till about 8:30 to 9:30, and we'll just wait around. And then right around 9:30, you'll see all these guys going crazy, and they'll be filled with anxiety, and that's because they have tickets that they need to sell. And so just start going around asking for, if they have floor tickets for cheap. That's really the best way to get cheap floor tickets. Now the other choice you could do is, if you wait till about 9:30, the day of the concert, is there might be releases. Now what a release is, okay, so let's imagine you're Demi. And Demi has like friends in Sacramento, so she goes to her manager and she says, "Mr. Manager, I would really like you to save me 50 seats for my friends, family, all of the people I really, really love." And so what will happen is Demi will call, she'll say, hey Joe, want to come to the show? And Joe will say yes. Now what will happen is Joe's a lame ass. Joe's a dumbass. And because he's a dumbass, he forgets the day. And because he forgets the day, he doesn't show up to pick up his tickets. So what happens is all tickets, or most tickets, if they're not redeemed at a certain time, they go back into the system and they're released that day of the show. Because the promoter, even though he needs to hold the tickets, wants to sell as many tickets as possible. So what you can do is just wait for releases. And this also happened for Hannah Montana and Staples Center. Since Hannah Montana is Miley Cyrus, she is also Disney. Disney is located in Burbank, California. Disney put on hold actually a couple thousand tickets. And I know all these people that spent thousands of dollars on concert tickets. If you'd actually gone to the day of the show at Staples, you could have gotten killer seats for face value, because they had to release all these tickets that were being held by Miley and all of her people, and they had to release them. So anyway, that's a cool little tip. So hopefully that answered your question. As for getting, you wanting to meet Demi, that's a meet and greet pass. I'll cover that in my ebook. Check it out. Please, I wish you all the luck and success. Please let me know how it works out for you. Call me, email me. I am here to help you.